nonsense. Let me get my chat in here real quick. One second. Let me just get my chat loaded up in here. Okay, let's see. Chat. Put the new code in there. Okay, I can see my chat. Thank you. Whew, okay. Hey everybody, welcome to my live. Y'all know I don't normally go live this late, like hardly ever go live this late. But thanks for tuning in, you guys. And yes, no nonsense. I am okay. My family is okay. My sons are okay. It's a mess over here in my neighborhood right now. From what I gather so far, because I was actually at work at my part-time job. I had did a live earlier on the way to work about Liam Neeson, and I had did a live, and I was like, I'm just gonna be here for a few hours, and then I'm gonna go back home, to my kids and stuff, like I normally do. And I start getting phone calls at work, like, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half after I get to work. And everybody's asking me, are you okay? Are the kids okay? Hold on, let me know if I'm still buffering. It looks good on my side, but let me know if I'm still buffering. Matter of fact, let me see if I can. Does it look? Is it okay? Okay. Am I buffering though, or am I okay? Let me know if you can see me okay and if you can hear me okay. But yeah, am I okay? No nonsense. Am I buffering, or was that your phone? Okay, anybody out there watching, can you let me know if I'm buffering or not? Okay, well, if I'm buffering, somebody let me know so I can try to correct it. But yeah, so I mean, I was at work when I started getting the phone calls. Thank you, Blazing. Am I buffering, Blazing? Let me know if I'm buffering, because this is my first time really going live from this new channel. So I want to make sure it's all set up right. But I just happen to be, and also let me put up the phone number just in case anybody want to call in, because I got the phone lines open. So just in case anybody wants to call in, let me put the phone number up there. Okay, there's the phone number on the screen, 641-715-0872, access code 434478. So if you want to call in, feel free to call in. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was at work and I started getting all these phone calls and people asking me what's going on. Are you okay? Are you safe? is your boys okay? And I'm like, uh, why y'all asking me all these questions? Like, what's going on? And so then people start inboxing me and calling my work phone. My auntie called, and I'm like, what's going on? And they tell me that there's been a shooting on my block, and they were trying to basically make sure we was safe. So I immediately start calling my kids. You know, my oldest son, he wasn't answering the phone. I'm blowing his phone up, blowing his phone up, blowing his phone up. Because usually around that time he leaves the house to go to his girlfriend's house, who don't stay that far away. But we mainly always go one direction to get out of our neighborhood, even though there's like 4, 5 different ways to get out of our neighborhood. We normally go like, you know, a particular block to get out of our neighborhood. And so I started panicking and everything. And then I called my other son, and he picks up the phone. He's like, "Sup, mom?" I'm like, okay. Okay, I can vouch for one of you guys. Now, where's your brother? And he was like, he's downstairs asleep. I'm like, are you sure he's downstairs asleep? Yeah, he's downstairs asleep. Is his car outside? Yeah, his car is outside. Okay, could you go downstairs? Mom, he's downstairs. No, you go downstairs and you verify that your brother is downstairs in his room sleep. Because sometimes he'll leave his car home and go with friends. You know, friends will pick him up and take him with him, and he'll leave his car at the house. So they both were safe, and I was like, well, dang, what happened? What's going on? Then I turned the internet on, and or at work I go to the news channel, and like literally houses down from our house, a few houses down, there was 2 shootings. One guy, he's dead, and the other guy, they said it was he went to the hospital in critical condition. I haven't checked the news yet. Matter of fact, let me pull up KUTV right now. Because I haven't checked the news yet to see if that other guy made it or not. But and then I had no idea who it was. I just knew it was a shooting and it was on my block. And I'm at work, so I had no idea who it was. But come to find out, my youngest son kind of familiar with the guy, but not really, but knows who he is. And I guess the guy happens to be some young guy. He's a rapper, and I don't know if he lives on my block or if he was just on my block over somebody else's house. I really don't know the lowdown of the story. I'm just glad we are safe. I'm like, this is really hit close to home, and I'm like, is this a bad sign for our city already? Because there was, I think, some shootings last week, or a couple of weeks ago, and the year just started, and I'm like, dang. A lot of y'all don't know about Omaha. Y'all just think we, you know, a little spot on the map in Nebraska, but it gets gritty here in this city, and we have, you know, more murders than we should have, and gang violence than we should have. So for it to land like right on my block this time, I'm just like, I don't know how to feel right now. My son talking about, he texts me at work talking about it's time to move. I'm like, it's time to move? Okay, well, can you help me with moving expenses? I mean, can you help me with moving expenses? We need down payment deposit. I mean, it takes a lot of money to move. And then it's like I stay basically in the hood. I've always stayed in the hood my entire life. Born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska. I've only stayed away from the hood maybe one time in my life for like a year. And then other than that, it was always in the hood. So I'm used to things that you shouldn't have to get used to, if you know what I mean. Like, just like how some of y'all might deal with in the bigger cities, Chicago, LA, Atlanta, bigger cities, we're on a smaller scale, but we still have sometimes more violence than we should have for us to be on a smaller scale. But we are the biggest city here in Nebraska. So, exactly. Prayers for the deceased family. I don't know them personally, but there's a lot of people on Facebook posting their rest in peace. And you know how it goes when somebody passes away and people start, posting prayers and posting words of encouragement and things like that. It's like all over Facebook, all over this young man. And when I say young man, this is like a young man, like a young man's page. And again, I don't know him personally, but I mean, yeah, it gets gritty up here. It does, Blazing. I'm serious. It really does. And like I said, I've been in the hood all my life, so murders and shootings is nothing new. And then, growing up, we had all kind of different games in our family, from GD to Bloods to Crips to, in our family, all around on all sides, mom, dad, stepdad. I mean, it was nothing to grow up around people who was, living a violent life, or maybe walking a violent, what I mean, hanging around violent people, things like that, fighting, shooting, people going to jail, in and out of prison. I'm used to that, but still, when it gets so close to your house, so close to your home, it's so different. It's so different. And to be at work, like, panicking, like, if my kids do not answer this phone, I'm about to get out this place. I'm about to clock out. And mind you, I'm the only one there, the only one working at the desk at the nursing home. And I'm like, I'm about to clock out, lock these doors, secure the place, and I'm out. But finally they answered, so I'm glad they answered. I'm glad they safe. And when it was finally time for me to get home or get off of work, I'm like, okay, my auntie called down to my job, and it's like two of my aunties work at my job, and one of them was off and one of them was at work. So she called to alert me and my auntie of what's going on. And also she was like, I don't know how you're going to get home. I'm like, what you mean? I'm like, I'm sure I'll be able to get home. She was like, niece, the whole, she said the whole, it's like, I don't know. Let me see. It's probably like a 10 block radius around my house. And mind you, there's like 5 routes. At least. It's at least 5 routes. Because I stay like on a long block. And then I can go out this way. I can go out this way. And when you go out this way, there's like 2 more blocks on the side this way. Another block on the side this way. So it's plenty of routes to get to my house. They were all sold up. Police tape. I mean, police cars literally blocking sideways each block. And I couldn't get my car on none of them blocks. The police wouldn't let me get my car on none of the blocks. I was like, okay, how am I going to get to my house? Because the police were really not trying to allow me to get to my house. So I ended up finally, after going block to block, trying to get to my house, finally one of the police cars, or one of the guys from the the police, the people who were basically blocking all the blocks, the police, they finally was like, you know what, if you park your car back there, I can walk you home. So I'm like, you gonna walk me home? He walked me all the way home. It's cold. It's like 8 degrees here. Cold, like 8 degrees here, and he walked me all the way home. It was like 4 blocks. And he was like, I have to do it for your protection because at that time, I don't know if they had, um, I don't know if they had anybody in custody. And of course, he wasn't going to tell me. The policeman wasn't going to tell me. But I had made a post on my Facebook page. I'm like, although I was kind of feeling like uncomfortable walking with this policeman, because I mean this dude was walking like right, we was almost shoulder to shoulder walking all the way to my house. I'm like, dang, he ain't gonna give me no room. I'm trying to scoot over and walk a little further away, and he keeps getting closer and closer. I'm like, okay, I got my own bodyguard. But then I was like feeling kind of weird because I don't know, I have these weird vibrations when I'm close to a police officer, and I think it just has to do with a lot of, a lot of what's in social media, a lot of police brutality. It was crazy. It was like after I parked my car, I had to walk a couple of blocks just to get to the intersection where the cop was, who said I could park my car a couple of blocks up, and then I would have to walk, and then he would have to walk me the rest of the way. And I got out the car and I grabbed my laptop and put it in my duffel bag, and I threw it over my shoulder. And I'm like, I don't know, I just felt awkward because I'm walking up to this cop. I got a duffel bag on my shoulder, and he could tell it was like something heavy in there because the way I was walking, and I got a big, huge laptop, so it's really heavy. And I was just thinking like, oh my God, I don't know. I just, for some reason, I felt safe, but not so safe. Does that sound strange to you guys? Like, I don't know. Some of y'all might understand where I'm coming from, but it's like, okay, I know this police is here to protect and serve, but I just don't trust all police. I guess I can just put it that way. I just don't trust all police. And it's dark. We on a alley. Like, we on an alley, a dirt road, and it's dark. And the only thing you can see is police lights way down there, way down there, way over there. And I'm walking with this police officer in a dark gravel dirt alley. And I was just like, God, please just let me get home to my sons. Just let me get home to my sons. I just never had that feeling before. But I'm home. I'm safe. I just want to say thank you to all those who checked on me. Thank you to all those who called my job, blew my phone up, inboxed me. I was like, there's a lot of people who know where I live. I'm like, you would think that people, I didn't realize how many people knew where I live. Like, seriously, and only been over there in that neighborhood for like a year or so. So I was kind of like shocked, like, yeah, that's my block. What's going on? But anyway, it's nice to have somebody check on you and, make sure you guys are safe and everything. Because again, my kids was at home by themselves, and although they're older kids, still, I was like, this is a few houses down. And I was just like, I immediately was thinking like, I swear, around that time, I think it was like around 5:45ish, 6-ish, something like that, Central Standard Time. And that's usually the time my son leaves the house to go to his girlfriend's house. After he gets off of work, he usually comes home, shower, change, might take a nap, and then he gets up. And I'm like, thank God this boy was wore out today. I mean, he he delivers furniture, so he was like wore out, and he came home and he got straight in the bed. And I'm like, and he was there for the rest of the evening. So I'm like, that is just crazy. And that's the thing. They had to make sure they didn't contaminate the scene. And I don't even know if the cop that let me through, well, I'm pretty sure he wasn't supposed to, because like I said, there was other routes to my neighborhood. And every time I pulled up, as close as comfortable position, to the intersection. Not too close on the cops, because, somebody just got murdered and they're probably looking for, a suspect. So I didn't pull too close, but every intersection, I would pull up, open the door, and start yelling like, can I get through? I just want to go home. And each time, I'm sorry, ma'am. And there's one guy, I thought he was going to let me through. He was like, he felt so bad. I'm like, listen, I just worked between both jobs 13 hours today. I just want to go home. My kids is home. He said, are they little? I said, no, they not little. They can fend for themselves. They old enough to be home by themselves. And he was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, you don't know what to tell me. I can't get to my house. Like, you guys have surrounded like a 8-10 block radius, and like 2 blocks over, 2 blocks over, 3 blocks this way, 3 blocks that way. It was like a huge radius that they covered. And he told me I couldn't go home. I said, so what am I supposed to do? Well, you can try to come back in like 2 or 3 hours. I'm like, 2 or 3 hours? He said, yeah, because forensics literally just got here. And it's going to take them a few hours, and we can't have nobody contaminating the, scene. I'm like, dang. I said, can I just park my car somewhere and walk? And he was like, nope, I'm sorry. I can't let you do that either. And at that moment, I was literally about to call my cousin, who stayed like right by me, like a block outside of the area that was taped off. And I was gonna call them and be like, open up the door, fam, let me in. I know they knew what was going on, because they like a block away from the scene, and they on a hill, so they can look down. They can literally see my house from their backyard. So I know they knew what was going on. So I know I would have been, okay to go over there. They wouldn't have minded. But I didn't want to go over nobody's house. I wanted to go home. I've been working 13 hours that day. I want to go home. Well, today. I said that day. But today. So anyway, I tried one more time, and I tried the last intersection, which was a dirt road. It got huge crater holes and everything. My car was just like, that's how raggedy the road was. And it was dark. And I pulled up as close as a comfortable distance. Opened my door, and again, I was like, officer, can I please get through to my house? Again, I'm sorry, ma'am. We can't let nobody through. We can't let you contaminate the scene. I'm like, but I really, really want to get home. I just want to get home. They come out 2-3 hours. It's going on 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I'm like, again, I could probably go over to somebody's house and chill, but I would have to be over their house till like 12, 1, 2 in the morning, maybe. And then try to go home. Nah. So I really wasn't feeling that. So anyway, this guy, I think I don't know. He looked really young, like he could have been a rookie. But he was like, you know what? Just park your car up there around the corner and stuff, because the gravel road is really narrow, and basically 2 cars can't even pass on the same road. That's how it was. So I had to back all the way out, because they had to keep that road clear. That's why I had to park around the corner. And then I had to get my stuff, put in my duffel bag, walk back to the police officer in the dark. It's freezing cold. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to get home. And then the whole time I'm thinking, like, I don't know who this family is. I don't know who was killed. But I just started praying for them. Like, God, please look after the person who was shot, the one that's still, in the hospital, I believe, still in the hospital, Bless him, bless his family, the guy who passed away, if he has children. I mean, I was just like praying, like, you know, like if I was praying for somebody that I knew. So it's crazy over here, and I just looked out the window before I went live, and it's still lights. I can see right out the window the lights though there. They basically said once you see the lights gone, then you can go back to your car. And I was like, should I go to sleep and just get my car in the morning? I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay woke for a couple of hours, and that's when I decided to go live and talk about it because it's like really really a scary situation, you guys. And again, prayers to the family of the guy. I'm not gonna say his name. I saw it on Facebook. Um, I'm not gonna say his name in respect of the family. I think they might have said it on the news already, the name of the person who was murdered, but or killed, I should say. So just a respect for the. Hey chef, how you doing? Chef and shade. But yeah, no nonsense. Prayer, for the deceased family and all his loved ones and friends. And I was just going down his timeline. Like, this guy has a lot of friends, a lot of loved ones. I don't know what happened. Some people's like it might be gang related. I mean, I was on the guy's page and I did see a lot of pictures of a lot of people, including him, throwing up gang signs in a lot of the pictures. But I'm not pressing any judgment. I'm not going to say it was gang related because I don't know that. And, sometimes people prejudge, and, oh, well, this person because that's what they going to do. By tomorrow in the news, they going to be talking about this young gentleman. They going to be talking about his social media. You know how they do. They going to be talking about the social media. They going to be showing pictures, and the police and everything are going to, like, with fine, like, tooth comb, go through this person's life and the person who was also injured that was taken to the hospital in critical condition. So I'm not going to pass any judgment until we get more information, more detailed information. But I cannot say, or I cannot lie and sit there and be like, dang, was this guy in a gang? Is it gang related? It does cross your mind, but I don't know. I don't know. I just know what I saw, and I mean, there's all kind of, them signs and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, but regardless, it's still somebody's child. It's somebody's brother, somebody's cousin, friend, maybe parent, maybe uncle, So again, rest in peace to the deceased. And I said my prayers already, but bless the family. Bless the family. All right, now nonsense. Thanks for checking in. I'll see you on social media tomorrow. I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow. If you upload some videos, I'll try to tune in. But yes, I don't know if anybody is watching who, I think a few of y'all who tuned in is from Omaha, from my city. So if you have any comments on the situation and would like to call in, let me know. I got the phone lines open. The phone number is posted on the video. So if you know the person or know somebody who know the person or got anything to say or want to give your respects or anything to the family, feel free to call in. Because again, I don't know the person personally. I just, ask God to, bless the family, console them, give them peace, help them get through this, because regardless of how a person dies, it still makes a huge impact on everybody involved and their family and friends and loved ones. So that's all I have to say on that. And again, I thank God that my sons were safe. I still have to, give God thanks for that as well. But I don't know. I just hope it's not a bad sign for what's to come. You know how you have like shootings and murders before summer? It's like, it's too cold out here for that. Like, who just goes around just... I just hope it wasn't like an intentional shooting. I really hope it's not gang violence. I really hope it's not gang related, because it's just so close to home. And we already have a bad name, North Omaha. We're known for violence. We're known for gangs. We're known for shootings. It's just sad that it's a fresh new year, and already this is how we starting the year off. This is how we starting the year off. And it just makes you wonder what's to come for the year. What's to come when spring gets here, when it get a little warm, when it gets summertime. But we just gotta pray for our city, pray for our loved ones, keep ourselves prayed up. And it's crazy because I pray a lot, and sometimes I don't have a reason to pray. I don't know. I think I get that from my mom, because rest in peace, my mom. She was like a prayer warrior. Raised me in church since I was 4. And I'm telling you, she would pray all the time. She would be washing dishes praying, folding clothes praying, combing my hair praying, burning my ear off with a hot comb praying. She was always praying or reading her Bible. She was like really, really religious. And so I get that from her. So when I was on my way to work, like before I started my live video, I was, praying in my head. Just for some reason, I just started praying, Father God, please, bless my family, my friends, my love. I just do that, like, just out the blue sometimes. And then I was messing around with my little phone and everything, and started to do my live and drove to work and started working. And it's like, you never know, when you pray, why you praying. So we hear that all the time. Stay prayed up. Make sure you and your family stay prayed up. And that is really, something to live by. And we don't ever know what's going to happen, when something bad might happen. But it helps to be prayed up. And always, 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 even if your children are grown, still talk to them. Children are, once they hit like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I know sometimes it's kind of hard to still parent them because they think they know everything. And sometimes they be out there in the streets and they be doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. And still talk to them, stay on them. They might know right from wrong. They may know they shouldn't probably be hanging around certain people or certain individuals. And sometimes they might fall and bump their head. But you still have to stay on them. Still continue to pray for them. Still ask God to alter their steps if they are on the wrong path. And, keep your family prayed up. And even if they 21 or 22, 23, 24, 25, if you see your children out there doing something that you think they should not be doing, continue to talk to them. Don't beat them over the head with it, because you know you can run them off. You know you can run these kids off if you do too much. If you do too much at one time. We know that sometimes you can run these kids off. They okay, mom. All right. I got you. So you know. But anyway, see you later, Blazing. See you later. I'm about to end this live as well. I don't have any phone calls coming in, so I'm gonna turn off the phone lines. But again, keep the family of the deceased in your prayers, as well as the person in the hospital that was taken there in critical condition. I just checked the news and I didn't see any updates, so you know, hopefully he'll pull through and he'll be able to come home and maybe even help the police identify, if they don't have a suspect, you know, identify who possibly, you know, shot, you know, the other person or killed the other person. Or hopefully this crime will get solved, and hopefully justice will be served. And no, that's all I gotta say on this matter. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I'll probably still stay up for a little while longer just to see if it's safe to go get my car pretty soon. I really don't want to go get it early in the morning because it's already 8 degrees here. It's going to be way colder in the morning, and I'd rather go get my car now, put it in the garage, because I'm working from home tomorrow morning. And I just don't want to have to leave the house in the morning if I don't have to. So anyway, you guys, again, thanks to everyone who called me, texted me, inboxed me, to check on me and my family, to make sure that we were safe. And again, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of who this person was that was killed, I don't know this person from Adam. Please pray for the family, pray for the victims, and that's it. And in the meantime and in between time, Prime Time Squad, as usual, stay blessed, be safe, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.